Hello, everybody. Once again, it is Tuesday and story time with Teacher Cole. For those who don't know me, I am Teacher Cole, and I am the owner of Teacher Cole's English Corner. We are an online international group of teachers who teach students in Taiwan, Korea, and many other places as well. We teach English for ESL. We also teach science, history, social studies, you name it. But today we are going to read a new story. And we're going to read one of my favorite authors, Dr. Seuss. I think he's very funny, and I like the way that he uses vocabulary to really make you think of interesting and unique ideas. So today, we are going to read "And to Think That I Saw It" on Mulberry Street, where we follow a young boy's adventure on Mulberry Street. So let's get started, shall we? And to think that I saw it on Mulberry Street. How a plain horse and wagon on Mulberry Street grows into a story that no one can beat. By Dr. Seuss. When I leave home to walk to school, Dad always says to me, "Marco, keep your eyelids up and see what you can see." But when I tell him where I've been and what I think I've seen, he looks at me and sternly says, "Stop telling such outlandish tales. Stop turning minnows into whales." Now, what can I say when I get home today? All the long way to school and all the way back, I've looked and I've looked, and I've kept careful track. But all that I've noticed, except my own feet, was a horse and a wagon on Mulberry Street. That's nothing to tell of. That won't do, of course. Just a broken down wagon that's drawn by a horse. That can't be my story. That's only a start. I'll say that a zebra was pulling that cart. And that is a story that no one can beat when I say what I saw, that I saw it on Mulberry Street. Yes, the zebra is fine, but I think it's a shame. Such a marvelous beast with a cart that's so tame. The story would really be better to hear if the driver I saw was a charioteer, a gold and blue chariot, something to meet. Wow, rumbling like thunder down Mulberry Street. No, it won't do at all. A zebra's too small. A reindeer is better. He's fast and he's fleet. And he'd look mighty smart on old Mulberry Street. Hold on a minute. There's something wrong. A reindeer hates the way it feels to pull a thing that runs on wheels. He'd be much happier instead if he pulled a fancy sled. A reindeer and sleigh. Say, anyone could think of that. Jack or Fred or Joe or Nat. Say, even Jane could think of that. But it isn't too late to make one little change. A sleigh and an Elephant. There's something strange. I'll pick one with plenty of power and size. A blue one with plenty of fun in his eyes. And then, just to give him a little more tone, have a Raj with rubies perched high on a throne. Say, that makes a story that no one can beat. When I say that I saw it on Mulberry Street. But now I don't know. It still doesn't seem right. An elephant pulling a thing that's so light would whip it around in the air like a kite. But he'd look simply grand with a big, great brass band. A band that's so good should have someone to hear it. But it's going so fast that it's hard to keep near it. I'll put it on a trailer. I know they won't mind if a man sits and listens while hitched on behind. But how is it fair? Is it fair what I've done? I'll bet those wagons weigh more than a ton. That's really too heavy a load for one beast. I'll give him some helpers. He needs 2 at least. But now that worries me. What worries me is this. Mulberry Street runs into bliss. Unless there's something I can fix up, there'll be an awful traffic mix-up. It takes police to do the trick, to guide them through where traffic's thick. It takes police to do the trick. They'll never crash now. They'll race at top speed with Sergeant Mulvaney himself in the lead. The mayor is there and he thinks it is grand. And he raises his hat as they dash by the stand. The mayor is there and the aldermen too, all waving big banners of red, white, and blue. And that is a story that no one can beat when I say that I saw it on Mulberry Street. With a roar of its motor, an airplane appears and dumps out confetti while everyone cheers. Yay! And that makes a story that's really not bad, but it still could be better. Suppose that I add a chairman who eats with sticks, a big magician doing tricks, a 10-foot beard that needs a comb. No time for more. I'm almost home. I swung round the corner and dashed through the gate. I ran up the steps and I felt simply great. For I had a story that no one could beat. And to think that I saw it on Mulberry Street. But Dad said quite calmly, just draw up your stool and tell me the sights on the way home from school. There was so much to tell. I just couldn't begin. Dad looked at me sharply and pulled at his chin. He frowned at me sternly from there in his seat. There was nothing to look at, no people to greet, Did nothing excite you or make your heart beat? Nothing, I said, growing red as a beet. Just a plain horse and wagon on Mulberry Street. Well, once again, it has been story time with Teacher Cole. And this is the end of our story with Dr. Seuss. And to think that I saw it on Mulberry Street. Do you ever imagine the world is more exciting and fantastical than it is? How does that make you feel? Is it good to do this sometimes? To give ourselves some excitement? Talk to your parents about it. Well, that was the end of our story today. I hope you enjoyed it. Once again, feel free to join me at Teacher Cole's English Corner, my Facebook group, or check us out online, teachercolesenglishcorner.com. And I look forward to seeing you next Tuesday for an amazing and wonderful story with Story Time with Teacher Cole. I'll see you guys soon. Goodbye.